here with Lieven Kempenaars, the product manager for the Epsilon One, and we're going to discuss the Epsilon One. So it looks like a printer, but I don't think it is. Tell me, Lieven.
No, it looks like a printer, but it isn't. It's an XRF instrument. It's a very small, compact instrument.
Yeah.
And it's like the little brother of Epsilon 4.
And what does it do? It's an EDXRF, I think?
Yes, yeah. So it can also analyze samples for quality control, process control. And this instrument has one single position for measurement. So this is a smaller instrument for a few samples a day, for those customers who don't need to do hundreds of samples in a day.
Is that also the excellent fit? So for whom is this the excellent fit?
Yes, so for those customers who have a few samples,
yep.
Where speed is also important, because you have a sample, you put it in the instrument and you want to get a result in a few minutes time. You don't want to wait with a few hours, like with ICP or AAS.
Yeah, so size doesn't matter in this case?
No.
Good. So what does fast and non-destructive mean? Because I think it's a fast and non-destructive method.
Yes, it's fast compared to ICP,
yep.
Because the sample preparation is also simple. When you have a sample that fits in the compartment, you can put it in there. You can measure a brick, even a telephone, or a cement sample, or a metal, or a polymer. Anything that fits in the instrument, in the compartment, you can measure. A liquid, solid, slurry. And it's also non-destructive. So that means after the analysis, you can take out the sample and analyze it with another method.
Cool. So can you explain the differences? Because I understand there's different variations of the Epsilon One.
Yes. So we have a basic configuration of the Epsilon One, but we also have flavors depending on the application of the customer. We have a few dedicated applications for petrochemical industry, for checking the sulfur content in gasoline or diesel, or also for lubricating oils, and also according to ISO and ASTM methods.
Okay, and what about spot size? I think there's also something around that.
Yes, you did your homework well.
I tried.
Yeah, so we also have a version where the spot size is a little bit smaller. So that means if you have some samples where you want to do quality control of, let's say, a polymer where there's a black spot in the polymer or in the plastic, you want to analyze that specific spot. And then we have an instrument, the same instrument from the outside, but on the inside, the X-ray beam is much more collimated, much smaller, so you can also check the content of that spot.
So that's a different version of the Epsilon One then?
Yeah, and it also has a camera to position where is my spot and what is the analysis.
Okay. Typical applications for the Epsilon One would be?
Well, it's a very broad range from cement, let's say iron ores, to metals, but also to polymers, pharma, even food. So a broad range of applications for those customers who have to do a quality check of a few samples in a day.
And your personal favorite feature is?
Well, it's very compact. You can even tilt it with one strong person.
Yeah.
And it fits on the bench, and it only needs electricity. That's the only thing.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lieven, for this introduction into Epsilon One.
Thank you.